Righto, righto. Okay, so Oxford University. Wait, what? No. Wait, what? No, oh, we're building the Oxford University up here. Anyway. Uma Thurman over here has just finished its harbor, so actually getting a granary and a lighthouse up might be great to sort of kickstart the city. And then we'll sort of, that way it'll grow more. And after that happens, we can sort of set up our other districts over here, an industrial zone as well as a campus. Lovely, lovely. This builder can get us some fishing boats up there. Our military engineer has sort of finished setting up the railroads in here. We could go ahead and continue setting up railroads all over this continent. And I think I'm going to do that. The cool thing about railroads is that they allow your units to move without actually spending any movement points. So they can get from they can zip from one side of your continent to the other almost immediately. Okay, there's a fire happening that is most not okay. But we'll be able to survive it. Okay, get in there. We've got a new great scientist. We've got Dmitry Mendeleev. Hey, the periodic table of elements. Triggers the eureka moment for chemistry and one random technology from the industrial era. I'm going to recruit him. No problem. Send him to the closest campus. Boop him. And it did nothing for us, actually. Because we already have all the technologies from the industrial era, even though we haven't actually exited it. You can see that my cities look pretty modern, and it's because we're one age ahead of everybody in terms of tech. Like, if we were to look at the technology tree, here's where we're at, here's where Lautaro and Teddy are. Like, yeah, we are almost finishing up all the technologies of the modern era over here. Like, it's bananas. bananas. How crazy we are in tech right here. Like, how far ahead we are. We've been snowballing this entire game, and you guys weren't even realizing it. You thought, he's just playing SimCity over here. No! This was my plan all along, to sort of snowball in technology over the AI, and then just beat the crap out of them, yeah? I think I'm going to take out production for wonders. I'm pretty safe over here in terms of wonders that we can build, because we're already kind of sort of going towards more modern wonders for the most part, so that the AI doesn't really have access to anymore. So yeah, campus district adjacency bonuses so that we can snowball our science even more, I think is the way to go. Cool, make it happen. Okay, let's rebuild this camp over here. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so we finished our first neighborhood over here in Uruk. It looks like this. It looks fan-freaking-tastic. It's on its lonesome. Like, I don't even want to think what the commute is like from over here to the city center. Like, it's just a nightmare. Uruk is very, very unhappy now because although it has housing, it doesn't actually have amenities. So we're going to set up a zoo. It's going to give us some extra amenities. Then we could set up the consulate, and then we'll probably set up an oil power plant, and then we're going to start spamming units out. I think that's going to be the way to do it. We're going to get refining in the meantime, so that's going to be great. We have 6 envoys at our disposal that we can kind of sort of play around with and use and try to get these city-states on our side. So over here we have Fez and Mitla. Fez is actually sort of under the suzerainship of Pericles, but Fez could be under our suzerainship. Mitla is under the suzerainship of Teddy, but we can switch them totally and no problem. So, you know what? I'm going to put 3 envoys into Mitla. I'm going to put 3 envoys into Fez, and we'll see if we can get them on our side. There you go, buddy. There you go. So Mitla is now on our side, even though Teddy has an actual diplomat there to kind of boost in his prestige and try to get Mitla to like them. Pericles is still leading for Fez, but that's going to be fine. We're going to get it. No problem. And that way we have, not only will we be attacking Teddy up here, but also Fez and Mitla will also be poking at him and sort of pissing him off to no end. Which is what you want. You want allies on your side when you fight a war. If only I'd understand that when playing Paradox games. Yes. Pericles is getting pissy because he wants to have the city-state all to himself. But that's not going to happen because we're going to take it. Like, totally. It's going to be ours. You shall be mine. Yes. Teddy is very, very upset with us because we murderized his best friend, Montezuma up here. Anyway, we're going to keep building railroads, because why not? Our caravel has actually arrived from the other side of the planet, and we're going to boost, and then we're going to upgrade that to an ironclad. We have a spy over here in St. Louis. We're going to gain sources so that our spies are boosted are boosted in his territory. This builder actually doesn't have very much to do in this city, to be perfectly honest. But I'm gonna I could set up a ziggurat up here for some extra science and culture. I don't know how we're doing in terms of food. In terms of food, we are getting a pretty good surplus, actually. So you know what? I'm actually gonna set up a ziggurat. Housing is okay. We might want to repair our walls up here, but that's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna set up a ziggurat up here. That's just gonna be fine. It's gonna look pretty nice. Get us some extra science, some extra culture, because you know we are hurting for science. Yes, we want to be friends. Of course we do. We actually want an alliance with you. Even. The armies of jealous civilizations fail to stop our people. The religious emergency dissolves in recrimination and blame. This was the emergency to sort of reconvert Tenochtitlan that we kind of converted to our own religion, the Call of Cthulhu. Didn't happen. They actually didn't do anything. So we released a burst of pressure in all nearby cities. So the Call of Cthulhu just, like, everybody just went nuts and said, this is the religion to have. They're spreading it automatically everywhere. We're getting extra pressure, and we also get some Diplo favor that we can kind of use in our favor. Get it? Anyway, this sort of military engineer can finish this railroad up into this city. And I don't know if it actually matters to have a railroad under the city, but I think it does. I think this tile... Or maybe it doesn't matter because the tile of the city is actually sort of, it doesn't take up a movement point. I don't know. At any rate, I like to have it there. We can actually form a fleet out of these ironclads. That's going to give us some extra era score, and we're just making bank on that era score. There's a military emergency against Teddy because he's captured Pharsalos. Where is Pharsalos? I don't even know where that city is. So basically Teddy is at war with Pericles, because Pharsalos, if I remember correctly, is actually a Phoenician city apparently, so never mind. Yeah, so we could do the military emergency, to be honest. Like, I could totally vote for it. And I could totally go and get it. Wait, was that for me to propose, actually? Crap. So it might fail, but that's going to be fine. We can actually get flight, and you know what? We can actually set up our oil power plants in here. So I think I'm going to build one in Nippur over here. Put it before the stock exchange, because the stock exchange does need indeed power. Then we will probably set up an archaeological museum. I'm kind of torn between an art museum and an archaeological museum. I think an an archaeological museum would be nice, just to have some variety. We could get some archaeologists out there and get some stuff for us. It's gonna be fine. And yeah, so we're doing pretty darn fine here. Like, our cities are very, very strong. And what? We've got a builder over here that can't really do much. So, you know what? Just park your butt in the city. That's going to be fine. Our spy has arrived in Washington. I could totally try to steal. Oh, I can breach his dam. So, he's got a dam over here, right? If I breach this, he'll get a flood, actually, which will probably mess up his city substantially. So, you know what? Let's blow up the frickin' dam. Do it. Luckily, if I remember correctly, this spy was actually the one that had the bonus. Hopefully, we'll see. Towards breaching dams that we kind of gave it. Anyway, begin voting. So, Dido wants aid. We can totally do that. And military emergency against Teddy to get Farceless back. We can totally do that as well. Submit. Just the one vote. We're not going to do anything crazy. We'll see what passes. The aid request has passed. The military emergency has failed because Teddy just blew all of his diplomatic favor on it. That's going to be fine. And Dido didn't want either for some reason. So, okay. So, Dido wants aid, right? We can totally do that. We can totally go to Dido. We're friends. Alliances. I can give you an economic alliance as well. And you know what? I'll throw in some open borders in there as well. Make this deal more equitable. Fine. You can take 7 gold. That's going to be fine. I can also gift you stuff. So I have 2,300 gold. Holy crap. I can totally give you like 500 gold just off the bat right there. That should put us in first place. That should keep us in first place for quite a while, actually. Now, we finished the railroad over here. We can totally continue to expand the rail network over here on this continent. What is this continent called, actually? If we look at continents, we can see this is Laurentia. Right? And our main continent is Colombia. Okay, so over here on Laurentia, yes, we shall expand our railway network. Now, we got a great merchant, which actually gives us toys, which is a uniquely manufactured luxury resource, which grants +4 amenities. Now, the best place to place this would, the best place to put this would be maybe Nippur, because they're really lacking in amenities. Uruk can kind of get away with some stuff because they do have an entertainment district over here, so that's going to be fine. So yeah, I'm going to place this over here. Boop! There you go. Great person. We get some Call of Cthulhu. There's something wacky. Like, we're getting extra religion for actually using great people, so I'm kind of curious what that is. Ironclad fleet, you are selected. Okay, get up there. Right? We have our first bombard sort of ready. We are going to move you. Actually, you know what? Where do we have... Do we actually have some oil? Because I think we don't have oil, but we're building an oil power plant. Well, that's not very smart of us, is it? I'm going to move this bombard up. Right, I'm going to need to get the military engineer to sort of hook up the encampment over here as well with railroads as well. So, like, hold up. If I were to search strategic resource and I want it to be oil. Search. 42 results. Excuse me, this is horses. Game, what the heck? Oh, this is any strategic resource. Okay. Search filter oil. Clear. Okay, search term oil. Search. 18 results. Okay. So we got some over here. We've got some over here. Over there. Akkad has some. Muscat has some because of course they do. We've got some. We've got quite a few, actually, but unfortunately, they're offshore, which means that we're going to need another tech. If I am to look over here in the Civilopedia, the offshore oil rig actually requires us to have plastics, which is going to take a while until we get that. Of course, they have oil. Okay. Again, like, dude, our seas are freaking full, bountiful, one might say, which is amazing. But unfortunately not good enough. And I'm afraid that that's all we get. Now, we can totally do some shenanigans where if we plop the city down here, we won't be able to get that tile, so that's going to be fine. But, we could theoretically plop a city down here on the niter. We get the niter automatically. We have some deer over here. We have some crabs over here. It could be a doable city. It's not the best, but I do need that oil in my life as quickly as possible. Now, if I were to look over here at Kish, they are making settlers. Could you maybe possibly make more settlers? I mean, that'd be just freaking hunky-dory over there. Right, we've got our builder over here in Texcoco because we need to do quite a bit of landscaping. And of course, we have an antiquity site up here, which is not great. I think we're going to have to build over it. I wonder if we can actually do that, to be honest. But we'll see. So I first need to sort of remove this improvement, and then we'll remove the... we'll harvest the maize over here. It'll give us quite a bit of population. Maybe 1 point, but we're going to be over all limits, so we're going to have to finish the dam here quite soon, I would say. Okay. Category 5 hurricane, 1,000-year-old floods. Okay, so we actually have a plus. Where is it? Did I see something to plus settlers? There it is. This is very, very useful indeed, and I think I'm going to have to plop this down somewhere. The question is where? So I don't think we'll actually... you know what? We might need this card if we are to sort of upgrade our units, but you know what? That's just going to be fine. I'm going to move you up here, and I'm going to place you where you at... Settler, there you go. That way Kish can make settlers much, much quicker. Right, 3 turns, bop goes a settler, bop goes another one. That's great. And we've got this ironclad sort of set up, roaring to go over here. Roaring to sort of release some punishment over on Teddy's cities. We're going to set the frigate. We can actually upgrade to a battleship. It's powered by coal, so that's fan-freaking-tastic. We don't need oil for it. That's great. We are going to have to move our armada up there. We're going to harvest this maize, and it's actually going to give us gold and not actually food. So that is fine because we're already up to the population limit for this city anyway. So that's going to be fine. And indeed, Horseradish sort of saw it before it happened. He saw the writing on the wall, and indeed we do have a quest for oil because we don't have oil available to us in a very, very easily accessible location, because why would it be? Anyway, have a neighborhood district with breathtaking appeal. That would be great to have. Have 3 core. We're just gonna have to sort of plop down some points into all of these, and hopefully we'll be able to get the boost for them so that they research on their own. We have 2 more envoys that we can use. Firstly, I'd like to sort of set up my suzerainship of Auckland, make sure that their mine Muscat is not actually ours, but Auckland will prove to be much more powerful. Actually, I could get the suzerainship of these 2 quite immediately. We didn't get Muscat because there's a bit of contention over here, right? There are several civilizations sort of vying for Muscat, but that's going to be fine. The important thing is that we got Auckland, and Auckland is yet another city-state that is right over here next to Teddy and can cause a bit of damage, yeah? Right, let's keep building those railroads. He wants 20 iron, he'll give me 49 gold, 2 more gold and open borders, fine, I can spare that. I mean, I don't see him doing anything substantial with it anyway. They finished building the terracotta army as well as the Colossus, oh well. Enemy spy neutralized governor, hello. Up here. Oh, that's gonna be fine. It's not that big of an issue. We lost Victor. He's out. He's down for the count for 5 turns. Yeah, 7 more turns. That's gonna be fine because our loyalty is pretty up there. It's very hard to kind of do any more damage to the city, really, in terms of loyalty. So we're gonna be fine. We're gonna leave our ironclad over here. We're gonna leave the other ironclad over here. Right, we've got our bombard over here, and that's just going to be fine. We're going to continue to build railroads, connect this encampment as well. Over here, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do and improve. First of all, I'm going to get a farm, and I'm going to finish that farming triangle so that we have housing as well as food for our dinky little city over here, but it's going to grow quite big. Guitar Girl, you want to be friends? Of course you want to be friends because you want stuff from me, don't you?
If you can walk away from a landing, it's a good landing. If you use the airplane the next day, it's an outstanding landing.
Lovely. We've got flight. Okay, we've got yet another bombard, and we're actually going to form a core out of it, which I think will be just fine. This bombard will do a lot of damage. If we build another one, set up another core, that will be great as well, because we'll be able to do even more damage. Sanitation. Let's get some sanitation. Let's wash our hands. It is important. That's such a dumb thing that Tlacopan didn't have. Did I set up the campus like this? Because if I set it up like this, I was dumb. Because I could have set it up here and have it be boosted from 2 mountains and thingamajig, geothermal something, right? Come on, give me the pop-up. Son of a... What are they called? Oh my god, geothermal fissures. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to go in here, and I'm actually going to chop down that forest, and we'll see if we can build a farm over those, you know, over that antiquity site. Screw it. We don't care about our history. Our history is our present, and our present is awesome. And that is just facts. That is just historical facts, right? Because we're winning left and right. So actually, this Prince game, I was sort of worried that we're going to get our butts kicked substantially. But apparently, I was kind of ready to play Civilization on Prince. Again, this is kind of the first time I'm doing it ever since I've played the series. I've always played on lower difficulties, and it seems to be working out very, very nicely. Now, we need to set up the settler in here, and I swear to God, if there's any sort of shenanigans with barbarians in here, I'm going to lose my stuff. So let's hope that is not going to be the case. So we finished our seaport over here in Sipar. The Sipar seaport. Say that 3 times fast. Sipar seaport, Sipar seaport. Sipar seaport. Sipar seaport. Anyway, I can't do it with an actual proper accent. Anyway. So we can get a university in here in Sipar. We could be producing battleship fleets, though. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the battleship fleets, although it's the smartest thing would have been to actually have an industrial zone as well. Why are you getting +2 from the aqueduct? Ooh. Let's get another battleship fleet, and then I think we're actually going to set up an industrial zone in here, because if it can get boosted, it's going to be fine. Do you get boosted from lumber mills? Oh, you do, actually. Okay, in that case, let's plop down this industrial zone. How long would it take? 10 turns, that's lovely. Then we're gonna sort of buy these tiles over here. Make sure to kind of get them for ourselves. Lovely, and we got that going. Okay, lovely, lovely. You have one more charge, and I'm actually gonna use you to set up a lumber mill in there. We have this bombard core. You're just gonna plop your butt down there. This military engineer is gonna continue to build railroads. And you can remove these woods. There you go, buddy. Now the question is, can I build a farm afterwards? I don't know. I've never actually built over antiquity sites before. So let's see. Let's find out together. Sanitation. We can now build sewers, which is awesome because it gives us... well, this is not ideal. Oh well. Oh well. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have to get some archaeologists up here. Definitely. Okay. So, what did you do, Magellan? 1 copy of the luxury resource, gain 300 gold. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna send the frigate up here and upgrade it to a battleship and have it sort of look after our settler, right? You, Nippur, you were doing something, but I think I'm actually gonna send you... you don't have any... Production gold. Let's see gold. Do we have any trade routes? Yeah, we can send to Fez, we can send to Mitla, and I think we should be doing that in order to get them sort of solidify our suzerainship. So let's get Fez online. It gives us science as well, and then we'll get Mitla online with another trader. You know what? Actually, Nippur, you know what? Can you just give me a trader? That's gonna be fine. Chemistry. There you go, buddy. Now we can actually build mountain tunnels, which is fantastic as well. And we're gonna get that up and going. We finished our consulate over here in Uruk, and we can actually sort of set up another oil power plant. And I think that'll be the way to go. A food market would be great as well to kind of get more growth. So actually, you know what? Sewer for the housing, chancery, plus 3 more influence points. When this civilization captures or kills an enemy spy, receives 50 science for every level of that enemy spy. And it gives us science as well. Let's do that then. Food market and the oil power plant. We'll kind of mess around with the order later. And then we'll probably sort of expand it with, I don't know, an aerodrome. I think an aerodrome would be nice, actually. I don't usually use flying units, but I think they could be very, very useful if I set one up here, maybe one up here in this city that I'm going to build here. We can cart some planes around. We could try bombing some people. I mean, it could be a good time. But before we get into that, I'm just going to sort of leave this queue to happen for now. Maybe it'd be good to sort of build some units, but I think it'd take them too long to kind of get there. And in the time that it takes to get to the front lines, we could be building units over here in our cities that already have encampments on the continent of Laurentia. So I'm gonna leave that be for now. I'm gonna go over here to the in this city we actually finished our industrial zone. Where the heck did we build it though? Did we actually build? We built it right next to the volcano. Well, that's what could possibly go wrong in the end. In this city that we built on rock and roll, so all tiles in my civilization gain +2 appeal, you say, and it has to be built on flat land next to the city center. So what you're saying is that if I, for example, set up the Eiffel Tower in here, it'd be super duper useful. We're gonna do that. Not just yet. I'm going to set up a sewer, a watt, as well as a bank and a workshop, with the workshop being the first one to build up the city even more. We've got Liang in here, which might be great to do some shenanigans with, actually, now that I think about it. You would benefit from a water park as well, to be honest, and you have no harbor, unfortunately. I was probably waiting for a reason to build that harbor, and I think we might have found it. So this is going to be +2 from adjacent resources. This is going to be +1 and 2 from city center. And how many actual districts can you support, city? You can actually support just the one more district. So maybe the harbor would be the way to go. But first, I'm going to finish up that workshop and sort of develop the core districts that we have already in this city, and then we're going to sort of think about what we can do. We're going to have a good think. Yes.